Hello and welcome to this video. In this video, we're going to be talking about the fact that every time we buy a device these days, and today we're talking about our iPhones and Macintoshes and all the Apple ecosystem, the best thing about it in this day and age is the fact that it gets better over time because software comes along and changes the aspect, changes how you use the device. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about how these little devices have actually got to a point now where we've got a really good place to be if you're part of the Apple ecosystem and using QuickBooks. And I'm going to show you why in this very video. Let's roll the intro and get straight into it. Hello, welcome to this video. My name is Aaron Patrick. I am a chartered accountant, a certified UK trainer with fancy new logo, that QuickBooks chap on the internet, head of accounts here in Boffix, and also your digital disruptor of the year for 2024. Yes, an award winner. And finally, your friendly podcaster who goes live each and every Monday morning for Ask the Accountant. Now, in today's video, we're going to be talking about how updates to the Apple ecosystem has made it even better than before to be a QuickBooks user. That's right, we're going to be using technology here. It's going to help us use QuickBooks in a more meaningful way. And in particular, this update is about if you're trying to train QuickBooks, either to your team or to someone else, or in my case, I'm training lots and lots of people. So if you're going to be a trainer using QuickBooks, or you just need to show QuickBooks, and especially the QuickBooks app, easily, then this update is really, really powerful. And let me talk about why I find it so useful. You see, for a long, long time, if I was hoping to showcase this screen here, I've got a few options. I can use the record button. And a little trick here as well, when you do the record button, make sure your microphone is turned on just like that. And then when you press the record button, 3, 2, 1. Editor Aaron here, and actually I forgot to tell you why putting the volume bit on was so important. So let me take you a little bit behind the scenes as my editing process, and I'll explain why this is so important. You see, having the volume on means that I now have the audio waves on that particular track. So this is the recording. To get it was really straightforward. I literally took my phone, from my phone, I airdropped it to myself, and I've got this wonderful file. And you'll notice that because I abled the recordings, it actually makes it really easy for me to be able to line this up. So here's the start of that sentence. That means I can line it up directly to there. And that now means that this is beautifully in line going forward. Now, a few other tips I like to do. Now that I've lined it up, I can close the volume down because I don't want it to repeat on itself, right? And I can move it to wherever it needs to be. Now, this whole section is going to be about this phone. So it goes 3, 2, 1, and then the recording starts. So I know I'm going to have a section from like here to basically by memory about here. Why I'm doing that? Why am I locking that down? Well, that's because for this bit, I can line this bit up here, and it probably would make sense if I move this bit just to the right here, because I'm a little bit animated when I'm doing these little videos. So that means I'm going to be able to put that over to there. What you can do here, and what I like to do, is make this a little bit transparent as well. So over here, I can make it a little bit opaque. So I can just makes it a little bit more, kind of stands out a little bit. And also, I love putting on some of the effects that you have on Final Cut Pro. And my favorite effect is the drop shadow. So under the D's, I can do a drop shadow directly on there, and it just makes it a little bit more 3D, makes it kind of go there. So whenever you're going to be bringing in your mobile phone, definitely use this little technique here. Make sure you got your volume going through there. It just makes it line up perfectly for you. And the way I would be kind of doing it, if there's anything that I don't want showing for whatever reason, on Final Cut Pro, press V4, I can go hide it, brings it back in, makes it nice and straightforward, go from there. So that's it. I'm going to go and press play now, and you can see how I was to implement it back into the actual final one. And then when you press the record button, 3, 2, 1, I can now show my screen in front of me. So if I want to go to QuickBooks, I click the QuickBooks up, And just with a bit of editing magic, I can pop up the same screen that's here. So actually getting signed in is pretty useful. I can go get myself signed in like this, get myself in, I'm going into the brand new QuickBooks Sole Trader one here, using Face ID, getting myself signed in, easy peasy lemon squeezy. And because you've got this view here, then it's actually quite easily, as I'm using my phone to scroll through, this can be updated here. Really, really straightforward. If you're trying to showcase the QuickBooks app, personally, I think this is one of the best methods of doing it. Great if you're doing a pre-recorded video, but what about if you're doing it live? If you're doing it live, you're going to need another approach. Now, how I tend to do it as I'm going live is actually, in the back there is an Apple TV. So what I can do, and now I'm sharing screen, recording screen, you might even be able to see it being happening. One of the ways we can do this is I can actually cast the screen to an Apple TV. Now I'm actually not going to use that one. I've actually got another screen over here, and you'll see that up above my main screen, just there, if I zoom in a little bit, you'll see that this screen in front of me, this screen in front of me is now up there. So actually, that works really well. So now that I've got it up there, if I'm in my Mac, I do have the option of going into QuickTime Player on my Mac. From my Mac, I can go New Movie Recording. And when I choose my source here, at the moment, at the moment it's got the back of my monitor, that's where my Insta360 is held. But if I was to go down here, I can have multiple cameras and everything else. I can even use one of my iPhone cameras and bring it from there. But the best part is that I can look at screens, including what I call my studio TV. And as you can see, I now get to basically cast what's on my phone. So effectively I can cast what's on here, and you'll see it's going to the studio screen up there, and then on here. And then if I am Zoom call or any other way of doing it, I can now get the phone onto the screen. And this is really important. If you're training someone how to use QuickBooks Online, then this mobile app is super, super, super important to you. And what I love about having it this way in this system is that I can now interact with my phone, I can talk to people, I can tell people, okay, yeah, to snap your receipt, you're going to press the snap receipt button here. That's going to bring up the camera. You'll get your receipt out, take the photo, and I can showcase exactly how this is going to work. Press the plus button, use this photo, bing, bang, bosh. We're now showing people how to use it. The only one slight difficulty of doing it this way, though, is I do have to kind of think about what I'm doing a little bit. I've got to have it ready so that this is ready to take a photo. I've got to have it ready, and I've got to be kind of almost prepared to have got this set up here so that the camera's there and this set up here. It's not perfect, right? There's still ways in which we can make this better. And one of my key issues is this screen here, I can't actually interact with it. I can record it, but I keep getting this recording button down here, which isn't the most pleasant of ways of doing it. And it still means I've got to use my hand to kind of go through here, and I'm still having to interact with my phone like this. That's not the end of the world, but actually there's a more efficient way now of doing it. And this is by making sure that your Mac is on the latest version. And a view of recording, it is Sequina 15.0. You then need to make sure your iPhone's on the latest version. And the beauty of it is you can put your iPhone down, hands-free, because this new solution is using the iPhone mirroring software. Now, when you first get this, you need to actually connect it up and do the whole connection, but it's typical Apple where it's actually really easy to do. So all I need to do is press resume. It's now going to connect. It's actually going to connect to a different phone, but that's fine. You can make it connect to my 16 as well if I need to, but all I need to do is use my mouse now, and now I'm interacting with my phone exactly the same. So I can use the search bar, and I can go, and I'm typing with my hands and putting my hands there, and I'm interacting with my mouse and my, and basically the whole of this is exactly the same as if I was using my phone fully, but it's being mirrored to this. And the best thing about all this is it's all just using the apps and everything else your phone has And it's just using your phone basically remotely. The thing is, the phone isn't anywhere, it doesn't need to be set up or anything. You can just log in, as long as it's your phone on your account and you've already given the authority, you just log in and use the phone as it would be if you were using it in your hand. But the thing is, I now have the ability to interact with this using my mouse, using my keyboard, going through and putting things in correctly. So I need to snap a receipt again. So I could find receipts like I've got here using my photos and say, oh, actually, I want to bring this one in, for example, download that one. I've already got one already there. So I'm going to say, use these 2 photos, upload it. And if I'm trying to show someone how to use QuickBooks, this is by far the easiest way to do it for the mobile phone experience, right? I can share this screen via Zoom, via YouTube like I am now. The only criticism I have is it's a little bit small. I'd love to be able to resize this, maybe make this a little bit bigger. I guess it's aspect ratios and stuff like that, but it'd be nice if I did have that functionality. But ultimately, from here, I can use everything that QuickBooks has to offer. So I can go through and I can see all of the apps that are there. I go into my transactions area and I can go deal with the transactions there if I need to. And remember, this is QuickBooks Sole Trader, so there's a little bit less functionality than I'd get on my normal QuickBooks one, but I still have the opportunity to kind of go through and see it. So look, this one's already gone through, it's already captured that information for me. But again, I'm using my mouse, I'm using my keyboard, I'm making it even easier. And this is the start of what's going to happen on this, because, so it's made it even better by looking at this video here, you now have the option to drag and drop. So as we see in this video,
for example, if I want to drag this picture from here and drag it in the notes, boom, you can see it automatically.
How cool is that? So going forward, not only will we have the option to show QuickBooks and his app and go forward and show all of how to interact, how to install it, how to get the most out of everything else, but I'm also going to have the ability to be able to go in and, which I really think is cool, and be able to drag and drop items as well. So that's going to open up so much functionality, right? That means we can quickly go in and show people that if we've got this file, we can put it to here. And it's just going to get more flexible. And even cooler with their new FaceTime, as long as you've got 2 devices on iOS 18 or above, you can actually remote control their iOS devices. So you're having problems figuring out what they're doing, why it's not working, anything else. Well, it's never been a better time to be able to help them bring it on. And there we have it. There's some updates that Apple have brought to the ecosystem that I think is going to make a huge difference. The ability to be able to remotely control your phone while you're sat there being able to showcase the QuickBooks app, for example. Perfect. The ability for us to go in and remotely offer assistance to people on their mobile devices, again, really, really powerful, especially if they've got things like EPOS solutions and items like that. I can now remote into my clients, into there, and make sure that their EPOS solution is out without having to actually physically go to their location to offer that assistance, and I love that. And there we have it. What do you think, though? Do you think these are good updates? Do you think these are updates you can take advantage of? Let me know in the comments below. My name's been Aaron Patrick. As always, this video has been an absolute pleasure to do for you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and all of that sort of goodness. And I will see you in the next video. Bye for now. Hello and welcome to this new series. Hello and welcome to this video. 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 Alright, let's get it set. Let's do this. Oh yeah, you're right. Yes, I'm aware we go live every Monday.
The next generation is about everyone else that missed it.
Yeah. So, all right, you've told us what you love about the industry, but what would you change about the industry?
Where do I start?
During that period of time, where did everyone turn to? Their accountant, right? Their advisor, the bookkeeper, and you all did phenomenal work for small business.